Good scaling, strong front line, with the only curveball being that Kiana. But I think because they have such a strong front line in the Alistair and the Cassante, that the composition DSG has wanted to do. Calmy has held push in mid lane. The Nico support has appropriately kept the Alistair pushed in. They've had really good vision in River.
You highlight the fact that Lion's helping out with that a lot. Actually, we'll get back to that. Hambach looking for a play. Flash from Darkwings. Response from Calmy. But Sentinels are looking for it. He didn't see Hambach, though! First blood to Sentinels.
That's a nice way to... So I think he's just conceding a lot. He's actually down more than it looks, because that's a 70 stack cull already from the Kai'Sa as well.
Impact actually finds the third and Topo strike. Looking for the solo kill on Castle. Flashes forward! Finds it! Impact! Next Dragon's up. Sentinels. Not only do they get a solo kill top lane, but even on the bottom half of the map, they're able to get an advantage. Pushing disguised on journey! The circumference around the map now, the Grand Starfall. Kizzo's looking for it all onto Rahel, all alone, but Hambach's in trouble. Oh, Sajed! Ult's onto the wrong side of the wall, so he has to commit flash, but it's still a kill. DSG will get 2 members.
Before that flash cooldown comes back up.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where, again, as a rookie,
trying to race for first turret. They should be getting that extra gold now if Impact can withstand this pressure. Getting that extra gold on his ear is going to be real nice. And now Huhi's up here to cover. So giving up Rift Herald, but they're sending the squad. It's actually 5 thinking about heading up top.
Sharks are circling onto an Alistair and a Cassante. 2 tanks, hard to take down, but they just dropped the Herald. Maybe they killed the turret first. As Sentinels have a teleport coming in. Huhi pops the ultimate early. Impact with the third and Topo strike. It's going to be a sacrifice of the Alistair. No, he flashes. Gets out just in time. DSG will only get the turret.
That's got to be a little disappointing for DSG.
Everyone again going to Darkwings. TP response from Sentinels. It's only Calmy. Now Kizmo ulting in. Darkwings has the backup of the team. He was the target, but who's hunting who? Supreme Display of Talent not landing the mark as Huhi's in some trouble. Rahel now joins in for the first kill as Sentinels do hold the line for 1. Darkwings pushes Castle back. Pop Blossom coming in. Will land on a 2. Sajed can free fire, but he only gets 1 while a triple goes to Rahel.
Again, a bit of an awkward... While still doing damage.
And the story gets worse for DSG. Not only do they not find an advantageous trade for that top play, back-to-back top plays, but another dragon goes to... Castle does have the turret, but it's very low. Impact pushes the cannon wave in. Now all out, pulls Castle back yet again. He will fall in the top lane. Grand Starfall was committed by Kizno. We can clear out the wave, some damage on the Impact, but I don't know if Panther will have enough to actually threaten the kill. Impact is trading it right on back. Hambach says, I think you got this, buddy. And Impact says, you bet I do! Sajed will get the shutdown, but Impact actually plays Summoner's Rift, and Sentinels seem to be doing that very comfortably with also a very new roster. 3/5 the same for DSG last year, but DSG will commit a lot of members again to the mid lane to clear this turret. 2 TPs coming in. It looks like Sentinels actually want a fight. Impact on the flank. Darkwings is ready for it, but Sentinels can't find it. So they actually commit 2 TPs, not going to land any kind of engage.
I mean, the biggest surprise despite being equal in kills, so that's still going to be their window back in the game. 3-item Kai'Sa right now. This is where AD carries really start to take off, is around the 3 or 4 core item marks, with the AD carry quest giving them extra gold, with all of them taking cash back.
I think it's maybe reading that there could be an invade. TPing in.
It's fine.
Yeah, Sajed's very far forward. Rahel, they still have Hambach on the flank. He's now spotted. DSG see the lonely Kiana all alone, but the Pop Blossom was committed by Lions. The rest of the team, they were chasing back as Rahel kites back from Castle. Castle might just have him, though. Woo! Stunned up, CC. Can he get him? No! As a shutdown for Kizno on the Darkwings. In goes Calmy. He finds the shutdown of his own. Now Sajed says, tag me in. Rampage for the rookie AD carry. And a team fight win for DSG.
And that's the big win. They have such a big advantage now. Can they take this dragon? And
I don't know if he knew where his AD carry was.
Baron.
They're going to get the Baron. So DSG, the rebuild roster, the guest team.
Just... You would expect Sentinels to have a cleaner fight setup, but I feel like Hambach getting spotted, having to kind of retreat, use his ultimate solo on the Renekton, allowing the Kai'Sa to free hit his front line. Puts him in a powerful position. A 3,000 gold lead now for Kai'Sa.
Insane lead for Sajed. The rookie AD carry. Again, I mean, we've talked about him a lot, but there's a lot of reason to be excited about a player of his caliber. He was Masu's replacement on FlyQuest Challengers. We know kind of the expectations. We have a player for Masu now, and Sajed was the one that stepped in, filled his shoes, was able to win the same award Masu did, now in the same league as Masu. And having a pop-off game #1 makes you wonder, what else is this kid capable of?
The promised Tier 2 and Tier 3 pipeline bearing its fruit here in 2026.
Don't watch EU. Don't look. You don't need to pay attention to Sajed. Can they push into another turret here? They just took the mid turret. They took the bottom turret. One last Tier 2 turret. DSG had a 2,000 gold lead. This Baron has ballooned up to a 4,000 gold lead now. And they do actually
potentially end the game. They've eliminated 6 turrets already.
And it's not only the young AD carry, it's a jungler subbing in, and it's their top lane. Actually, we're back to that. Lions with a Pop Blossom defensively. They got him! Hambach just popped like a balloon. DSG will happily accept the jungle donation, as now they're looking for impact. Yes, a flash away from the flick back, and Sentinels now with 4 members for this. I would have said, unfortunately, rooting for the players on DSG, but I'm expecting a 2-0 for Sentinels. Thankfully, nobody asked me that ahead of time, so I don't have to admit that, though, because that would have been a little embarrassing. Sentinels, so far, have not been able to really solidify.
That allows the Kai'Sa to fly in, so it's very difficult for Sentinels to approach.
You see Darkwing's going for a bag. Baron's been started. Darkwings, if he finishes the 4th element, can TP in time? Maybe it changes things, but DSG, no contest, will pick up the Baron.
Big front line, and even with Azir Corki, that they're necessarily winning the front to back because the Talia and the Kai'Sa just have such a big item advantage.
Whoa! Call me! Use the Weaver's Wall to try and help out the team on the bottom dive, but almost dies. He doesn't, though! He lives! Kizno, the savior of his mid laner. Darkwings will take down Castle, though, because DSG were expecting a mid laner down there. Now they got a jungler. Kizno with the Grand Starfall flash from Lions. The Jet dominating as the rookie AD carry. He's exhausted, but he don't care. Who he trying to frontline for the team? Kizno doing the same. It's a trade of kills back and forth. Call me. Will get shut down by Darkwings. Oh, what a scrap.
I think that last push was their strongest window.
Oh, another Weaver's Wall now. Calmy's really fishing for these Grand Starfall as well. DSG using their semi-globals to try and catch out members of Sentinels, but who he just walks away from the Pop Blossom right there. Now the play from Hambach! Sentinels trying to turn it around, but Sajed is untouched. He got a huge shield. Darkwing's trying to push him away. Sajed positioning safely, trying to free fire, but Darkwing's found him! The carry for DSG is shut down, and Sentinels hold the line.
This is still anyone's game. You can see them pushing back the mid lane. 2 for 2, but the carries are alive.
Still has a flank here, but Sentinels, they have the Azir ultimate. Now the Weaver's Wall yet again. Darkwings barely gets over and gets back to his team. Now it's Castle who might be caught out.
But they might get
Darkwings
Darkwings.
Goes not in the direction of Castle, but he flashes forward, jumps onto Rahel, has to Valkyrie to safety. DSG feel confident to push forward because of the low health bars of Darkwings, and Rahel having to use the cleanse. No flash on Corki either. Sentinels, that was a tough moment there. They thought they could turn on Castle, but DSG were ready to actually pounce.
Yeah, Darkwings ended up being at the back of the chasing party, and now they're going straight for Baron.
Yeah, Darkwing's back.
Burst this down.
Darkwing's back and healed, and now a TP answer from Castle. Darkwing's gonna hold the wall over there. Who he TP's in as well. DSG, though, almost got the pick onto Impact, but he's got the unstoppable.
Baron Shred is real, and they've also given away position on Soul, so if DSG just push them off here and then move towards Soul, that would be a big advantage.
With the flash over the wall! Pop Blossom on a free! Supreme display of talent, tries to turn things around. Darkwings can free fire, has the ultimate to buy space for Sentinels, and that's enough. An incredible engage from DSG goes awry as Sentinels hold the line.
That's crazy. They one-shot Rahel's Corki, but Darkwings and Hambach and Impact fight back the engage.
Yeah.
So, but this is important. To me, Soul for Baron, I'm taking Soul every time, and Sentinels is actually teleporting to control the Baron, but Soul is going to be going over to DSG.
Yeah, this would be the 3rd Baron of the game. First for Sentinels, they commit to Dragon. DSG get that Soul. Calmy is here to watch the Baron go down, but will back off wisely. Away pushing top, away pushing mid. Sentinels are giving away a lot for this Baron, and now they will pick it up, but I think at this point, let's build this kid up. And again, I mean, it is important to remind people that this is a rookie AD carry coming in, and I think he has played exceptionally well. As Castle now finding Rahel, the more experienced bot laner, all alone. TB coming in, don't matter. Rahel caught out of position. DSG find a pick.
What a disastrous play there for Rahel. He was greeting a wave to try and get his maw, but we're 2 minutes from Baron and from Elder.
50 more seconds.
There's no reason to not wait for the wave to enter, and now the team's in a tough spot.
Darkwings is going for a play on the Sajet, finds Lion, Supreme Display Talent will go in, and it catches Sajet on the back half. Has to use the ultimate to try and get over the wall, but there's just nowhere safe to go. Shut down to Hambach and Darkwings. What a crazy look.
Cost 2.
Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this.
Cancel. Oh, nice.
So Sajet thinks he's out.
Cancel, no flash.
Just get pretty. Yeah, pretty.
No flash, no now. Oh,
Nice, Isaac.
Can impact in who he had a trap laid for him. Now Castle will face check and see it. Who he's walking all the way around. Maybe the Cow can find something, but the Elder Dragon's already at half health. Who he does find, the engage on the Sajet! Has the Zonius to try and stay alive. Can he get out of there? Ult over the wall. Knocked around, but Sajet still stands. Now it's Lions with the flank. It's Castle holding the line. It's Elder still focused, but Impact is stalling the Elder. Kizno flashes the wall. In goes Rahel. Double kill to the Corki. He's gonna get even more. Sentinels with the team fight win at the Elder Dragon. And Sajet trying to find something will fall. Quadra kill to Rahel.
Only Lions alive and a minion wave in mid. He's hoping to be able to push it back, but that's probably going to be a Game 1 win and Game 1 heartbreak for DSG.
Oh, they held the line for so long, but who was it? Huhi with the flank around the buff and finds Sajet. DSG tried so hard to keep their AD carry alive all game. He played so well, but Huhi on support will find those engages. Sentinels have some minions in their base, but I think with their wave spotting, they should be just fine. Walking in a cannon, Lions is going to try and stop it, but with Elder Dragon on Sentinels, no shot of that. Welcome to the LCS, Sentinels. Congrats on your first game win. Sentinels take win 1 against Disguised.
101,000 gold for their team by the end of this one. 41 kills in 49 minutes. It wasn't how they would have drawn it up, but Sentinels take the 1-0 lead.
Just truth in my brain.
Proven it's absolutely true.
But either way, it's going to be Gwen as the final pick here for Sentinels. So AP solo laners for Impact and Darkwings, and we do know with the Wukong lock-in,
it looks like Sentinels want it anyway.
They have a big wave, so they will commit to it. It's Rahel getting big damage in onto Sajet, who he was taking up first. Now Hambach taking up afterwards, but gets out of range, and Sentinels are fine.
And Darkwings is dead.
In the mid lane, though. First blood is picked up. DSG find the play mid.
And Lions diving over the bubble for a big trade onto Huhi, playing pretty aggressive.
And Kizno's just going to go back again. Still no flash on Darkwings. And a second. Darkwings and Kizno actually were on the same roster last year for Conviction. So Kizno waved to his old teammate saying, yeah, I'll take 2 kills from you. And that means that Call Me also gets a CS lead, but Hambach will get the first Dragon. So even though we've seen multiple kills on the Kizno, objective lead starts off with Sentinels.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh, Sajet's level 5.
CS up. We're gonna put him in the dirt. It's also bad for him to be top lane against the 2-kill Wukong who has ultimate, but they're completely on top of the ward.
Sajet is still level 5. Lions is level 6. Call Me has hovered to help out, and now they're just gonna flash engage themselves, trying to lock down Huhi. Call Me will get in there and pick up a 3rd kill for DSG.
Nice job there, but I think questionable play to wait that long.
It might be more. Rahel has the flash available, has the barrier available. We'll need to use either one. Lions tried to predict as Rahel says, no, I'm just going to hold my line and doesn't have to use anything. Meanwhile, here comes Hambach. DSG could be in some trouble. The flash hits on the Lions and Rahel picks up the first kill of game 2 for Sentinel.
Because Rahel has the Essence Reaver, is going to play super aggressive, but unless Kizno is in gank position when he goes in, he's just too far away to be able to make an approach. They didn't even get a summoner spell out of Rahel's Lucian. So yes, they get the Dragon. I think they're always going to get the Dragon with that Trinity Force Wukong. And now Hambach, so our first top gank ever.
Yeah, we have a TP coming in as well. The Needlework was already used from Impact. He does not have the ultimate available. As the public execution will miss, that's a flash from Castle. Teleport coming in as well from Darkwings. It's going to be underneath right there. Yeah.
Nobody's punished.
But Castle does have TP, and oh, we find a pick in the jungle! Hambach caught out as Kizno with his mid laner will find. I'm just going to ignore whatever they're shouting now, because I'm assuming it's nothing worth sharing on broadcast. Engage from Lions out onto Rahel, but Kizno wasn't ready on a bubble from Hui to keep him alive, but in comes Call Me! Rahel's still alive!
Wow.
Rahel holds the line! Hambach with the kill and the punish.
That's crazy. The angle was actually so good for DSG, but Sentinels is able to outplay it. The biggest thing is the bubble onto the Wukong.
That was incredible.
Before he'd be able to engage on her health. That would have been enough damage on top of the Aurora damage to get the kill, but it just makes Rahel
he still has it though!
He's all now.
Rahel stuck around for another wave and is punished. Kizno!
But he stuck around and got killed the second time around. And they're going to continue to give gold into the solution. This should be first turf for him.
Yeah. The Herald will charge in. Rahel will pick that up as well. TP could cover from Call Me, but he's 1v1ing Darkwing spot side with Kizno. Ooh. We got two dives happening at the same time. The Namiel again. Public execution misses from Castle. He's taking too much damage, but he's got the Castle Lions! DSG support will save the life of the top laner. Body blocks, Hambach's Vault Breaker. Sentinels, Rahel and Hui are even nearby. But Call Me will make it to safety for now. Sentinels, do they want to put backsplash from Impact? Not gonna find it. Call Me's out of there. I didn't think it was gonna be a close match though, as now another play from DSG on the Darkwings. Call Me getting fed. 3-1 and 2 on the Aurora.
They have better
Castle's dancing on him.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Kizno, man. Coming in, short-term substitution right here. Had a pretty solid early game on the Pantheon. Always get mid-push first, and then they can move to sides.
Castle fancies himself a 1v1, has a level up over Darkwings. Petrifying Gaze available. He's going to have to play it correctly, though. Throws out his dodge! Wow. Castle with the sidestep and the solo kill!
Try and carry this game, because you can see, like, Castle's going to win both side lanes.
Yeah.
Makes the game super interesting. That Sentinels is always second, so they're trying to get everybody here. Rahel's going to go for a fight mid.
Yeah, I mean, this Colleen's big. Has to flash away. Kizno's trying to get the safety, but Rahel's coming in. The walls are closing in. Hambach locking Kizno down for long enough. And that is a kill picked up. It's traded back. Jungler for jungler as Lions now trying to keep Castle alive. Another sidestep with the Petrifying Gaze. Darkwing just can't land them. Call Me's now joined in on the fight. The solo laners for DSG are holding the line. Double kill to Rahel. He just cannot go down. Sentinels 80 carry. Trying his best to carry the fight. Impact trying his best to get this kill. We'll find it. In comes Rahel. Tag him back. The turret will save Castle's life. Smashed by a rookie like that. You got a chip on your shoulder. 3-1-2. He played that fight beautifully with a sliver of a health bar, sticking around for much longer than I would have expected. But it was basically a wash for both teams. The gold is still about where it was. DSG have a lead. They have 3 dragons now, plus the grub, so they are still in an advantaged position. Sentinels buff right now. Sentinels, they don't have their Gwen with them. TP could come up. And Castle's pushing another wave here mid. Sentinels will try and catch that one, but it's still focused on the Baron. Castle just trying to keep Rahel away from the fight. Call Me as well! Finds the pop out of Hui. Castle getting kited by Rahel, who will stay alive. The Lucian just won't go down. Hambach throws his life away. Kizno will be traded. It's jungler for jungler, support for top. Sentinels coming out a little ahead, but with Rahel. The Baron was the bait there from DSG. Oh, now they might just be able to capitalize again. Still no flash on Rahel. And that's a little more damage from Call Me than we saw from Castle.
By DSG.
Rahel's all the gold right now, so they can try and contest. They will TP in. They have Gwen going into the mid lane. DSG's answering on the top side here. About half health. That's a flash dodge for Darkwings, but everyone's still trying to pile on. But Impact trying to be the front line now. Keep everybody away from the Cassiopeia. Sentinels playing this fight beautifully, keeping Darkwings alive. Petrifying Gaze out of 2. Hambach back on the Kizno, dodges away from the Cyclone. So DSG just not fighting their engagement, but they got the knockup on the Darkwings. Lions found the Cassiopeia. Hambach did not have the snake behind him, so he will die. And DSG the team looking at it.
I mean, there are all ultimates up except for Wukong ultimate, which will be up in 8 seconds. Sentinel's in a dangerous spot.
Castle has the ultimate available. Flash from Rahel, but it goes Call Me shut down. Rahel does not get popped this time. Castle Castle can't find him. He's looking to get onto the Lucian. He takes the blast cone away. Rahel doesn't have the damage anymore. And now DSG can clean up the rest of the members. The Lucian flew out of the fight, but he flies back in. Double kill to the Wukong, but Rahel is still alive. If he can kite back, maybe he can find the miracle. But Kizno, the emergency sub with the
This
triple.
is Chemsoul now in the aftermath of this fight, which is going to make it even more difficult for Sentinels to win.
And that was Kizno on your screen right there, chuckling to himself. So he can, if he gets chunked, try and heal back up, but it's not poke he's got to deal with. It's burst, and here comes
There
the
it
burst.
is.
The ultimate from
didn't
Abessa
get it,
misses. Call me can't get the damage. Rahel is alive. Lions goes in, but where's the follow-up? Rahel's knocked up, but there's just no damage behind it. And now that's GA from Kizno. Impact buying a lot of space for Sentinels to try and stop the Wukong. He'll trade his life for the support. Shut down to Impact. Kizno finds something for his trouble.
They don't catch Impact as well as Rahel, then they could still be in for a lot of pain.
And we saw what he was able to do. Ooh, bubble over the wall into Lions. He's built relatively tanky though, so they want to all commit into it. And now the public execution does land. They got Rahel. The AD
Impact
carries
though.
down. Colby's in some trouble. Impact is getting bursted. Double kill the Castle. Shut down for the triple as Hambach's got to retreat. Dark Wings flashes away. DSG trade their mid laner for 3.
Interesting decision. They might have had a chance to run down mid lane and get a lot, but I think Baron is the correct call here. With Soul already acquired, this is going to be their 3rd Baron of the series.
Yep.
We'll see if it can lead to their first win.
This is a much later Baron last time around. By this point in game 1, they had 2. Now it's their first one because of how
He's
much
really not behind anymore at this stage in the game. You can see 4 full items working on his 5th. That's
top lane
the
as
same
well.
as Rahel.
With the triple kill to Castle, you were highlighting it was
back.
like a 2K gold lead, but now Castle actually has the lead over Impact, but he is slightly isolated. In comes Impact, in comes Hambach. No flash on the Vi. He's got to chase him down. Impact's looking for the slow. Castle has a lot of magic resist, and in comes Lion to back him up. Impact has to flash to safety as Nami ult will cover the retreat.
But really just look to see who they can one-shot at the start of the fight. They're going for Hambach.
Yeah, he's got the Guardian Angel, but Call Me sees who he and just tries to pop the Nami. Not enough damage. In comes the teleport. Castle find a lot of space. Dark Wings misses the Petrifying Gaze again, and Call Me lives! Almost burning down. Rahel's trying to get the damage. Impact needs to be the hero for Sentinels, but a double kill to Sajed. Rahel just can't get in range. The flash, the W, he finds it. Rahel will get 1, but that's 1 for 4. DSG are gonna make the march through mid lane.
At what cost? They don't even need the Elder. Rahel would have to 1v4. It looks like DSG is going to send us to a game 3.
I mean, he's got to look for some miracle here. Get onto the wave. He dodges Lions engage again, but there's just too many members. The ace for Kizno, and what a debut for a young roster. They have the wave. They have the death timers. DSG have won game number 2. They have equalized the series, and Riot Games Arena, you're in for a treat. We got a game 3.
45 kills in an absolute banger. The 10-kill Wukong is...
So that would be a great tool to kind of buy time in that ult. But we'll see how Impact wants to pilot that one. It could just be about that 1v1. I'm looking at the rest of the map. Not quite half the damage. Kizno still hanging out on the side right now, looking for the flank onto Rahel. Hui and Hambach are split off. The wave is pushing them away, so Rahel is left out to dry. Gift the kill to Sajed. First blood to DSG.
And that could not have gone... Gobble that up as Kizno freely takes this Drake through mid and bot control. I'm a little impressed here by Call Me's ability to have the shove on the Victor. I think part of that is just because there was so much river control, and Dark Wings probably had to respect the gank. Looking solid, especially because this team has been on such limited practice.
Yeah. Oh, nice low binding there from Lions onto Hambach. Some all in from Kizno. Get a teleport out from top lane. The advantage of TP means that we're going to have more members from Sentinels. The Bard ult will delay, but not save Kizno's life. And he cannot equalize onto Hambach. Rahel push for this dragon as DSG did not immediately pull the trigger on it. And now top lane Castle again in the Shadow Realm. Impact is just using this almost on cooldown here. More damage, and now Hambach as well. Impact picking up the kill on Castle.
Yeah, nice job there. Doesn't matter if you're walking over vision, if you're stuck inside a mortar here. I think Rahel got pushed back yet again, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, has to respect a possible dive since they don't have vision on Drake. If he stayed, there's a chance that Xin would have just dove him. So loses the game of chicken there by recalling since Kizno was on Drake.
And if you don't have Huhi with you, even the 2v1 dive with Bard ulting the turret, they can kill you so fast. So DSG will get the dragon. Kizno has to
eventually
go back. He was at 1 health. I think he thought the pet would do it. As now start up this Herald. They have Sajed walking up from the mid lane. So Sentinels have a couple members here, but they're not immediately pulling the trigger. Now Rahel's coming down red and white on the Aphelios. He's ready with the Moonlight Vigil as well. Teleport's coming in. Now Kizno trying to keep Hambak away. Ults and will smite the objective, but now it's all focused onto Rahel. The Aphelios, what a Bard ult from Lions onto everybody. Sets up Call Me to go for the dive. He has to flash away into the smoke screen. Darkwing's not able to get the damage out of the fight, but he might just kill Call Me. No, the Shuriken flipped to safety. Double kill to Call Me. DSG will get the objective, and they'll get out with a trade of kills, 2 for 2.
It's crazy that that fight was actually 2 for 2. It looks so bad for DSG at the very start because Kizno basically used all his cooldowns just to get the Rift Herald.
Yeah.
And then when a 5v5 fight breaks out, it's usually the team that didn't invest in going for the steal. But Lions' Bard ultimate disabling them for so long.
Oh, and Call Me was waiting in the brush, and he capitalizes on Darkwing's
50 health. Super smart of him to stick around, use the red buff regen, and get that next kill.
Darkwings did not expect that one coming here. He wasn't hit by the Bard ult as he pulled Castle into the Death Realm. So that seems to be the name of the game of the team fights, is just get the front line out of there.
Right.
But we'll just slow on auto, and then you get faster auto attack speed.
Yeah.
Really, really good item.
Battle Pipes was nerfed in this patch that we're playing on compared to where the other regions are playing, so it's a 300 gold more expensive, but I still feel like the aura value is so incredible. They might just be taking gold here and giving up this Drake.
Interesting. Oh, no, they TP in.
Drake's
it's going to be a
gone,
late Drake contest. Drake is secured for Sentinels. As Call Me an Impact. Now 1v1ing the Bard ult will land as Castle's trying to follow up. Lions takes a big chunk. Rahel in some trouble as Kizno diving deep with his top laner. Rahel does die. Impact does not win the 1v1 in the Death Realm. A double kill to Sajed as DSG will win the team fight. Still Dragon picked up by Sentinels. They're to Lions because he wanted to play on that team. Then he gets dropped a year after they join North America, but this series so far, he has shown he is a very solid engaged support. He has found multiple angles to give DSG winning team fights.
Yeah, big shout out
We'll see
to
how Impact wants to play this, as he will pull him back in. Doesn't land the Q. Call Me getting big damage on Impact. Yeah, he must not have, because now he is surrounded by 4 members of Sentinels. Will Perfect Execution flash away, but shut down regardless. Impact picks up the kill.
Big mistake there. Bounty goes over to Impact. Drake up in 30 seconds as well, so Call Me will only be able to teleport in about 10 seconds after it spawns. Decent chance Sentinels can control this, but gotta be a little careful. Sivir's still 3 full items. I feel like DSG is going to look to contest this. They will have Bard ultimate soon.
Can always look for the pick with that 7 seconds until that is available.
They're going to try and burst it for sure. Rahel doesn't have the best guns, but he's going to try and cycle the better teamfight guns on this Drake.
And Call Me, even if he does TP in, won't have ult, won't have flash. So it's not even like that much advantage if they can stall this dragon. Maybe they find a pick, but it looks like engaged now from Who. He has Sentinels want to be the ones to pull the trigger. Kizno forced back. Sajed shredding through Impact's health bar as Who will die as well. The Bard ult onto Rahel. He's got a flash. The goal doesn't go off. Sajed is bombing off in the team fight. Massive damage from the Sivir. A triple kill to Kizno. What did they feed these rookies for breakfast? They stepped up huge.
What a team fight there by DSG after a mistake from Call Me. They keep a calm head. They secure the Drake. He's locked in.
That's the response?
Yeah, no acknowledgement. You're on fire. Of course I am.
Yeah, that was expected. I knew. But again, I got to talk with some of the players before they took to the stage today, and vibes were good, but it was very much more like a, we're just going to kind of have fun with it. We don't have the full roster together. We're going to give it our best shot. It wasn't like a, we're going to smash!
Good night.
As Call Me's doing just that. Another solo kill on a Darkwing.
That's what happens if Akali gets going in the side lane. You just wait in a bush for the other guy to show up, and then you one-shot him. So very nicely done by Call Me. And they kept the expectations low, and The feelings are so good when you are the underdog like this and you're this close to victory. So they are playing with style and confidence now.
And we saw Papa Smithy at Twitch chat say right there, baby Masu performing. A reminder, Sajed replaced Masu on FlyQuest Challengers. Masu was a huge call-up for the region. Sajed was the one that took his spot in Tier 2. And what a debut from this young AD carry. DSG will take the middle inhibitor. They're looking for the top turret next. And it doesn't look like they're slowing down with 3 cannon and power, or Baron powered cannons. They can just walk up. Impact will pull 2 of those under the turret, but the rest of Sentinels just can't quite stop the onslaught that is DSG. Castle will start taking the turret. Doesn't have the flash available. He's actually going to take a big chunk of damage right now, but the turret does go down. The Bard ultimate, it interrupts Hanbok.
No flash.
No flash on the Xinjiao. No chance of survival. Call me with his 5th kill of the game, and DSG with 5 members strong. Baron on 2 waves. They're going to look to end it right here, right now. Back from Castle, he can TP to the wave and help with the push, and they're going to do just that. Supers are now coming in the mid lane. Sentinels have to defend 4v5.
It's going to be real tough for them to do that. Castle taking down this first one. You always have to watch out about a call on the flank too.
Impact has the ultimate available. He's trying to 1v1 call me right now. The first Nexus turret will fall. Kizno goes back in onto Impact. He's just getting chunked down. Will pull Kizno into the ult and get the GA. But that's only an item cooldown. That's not the full kill. Now he comes out of the Death Realm into a slaughterhouse, who he tries to engage, but the damage cannot follow up. Hanbok will get one. Darkwings with a big shutdown, but DSG, they took down the Nexus turrets. DSG, they didn't need those 3 out of 5 members. They just needed this one shot. They'll win their first series of LCS.
It only takes them 1 series to get on the board here in 2026. Smiles all around for DSG. Some incredible rookie debuts. This was a shocking result based on our expectations.
Incredible.